Cooper Kupp came out with a statement stating that the Los Angeles Rams, the team that drafted him, the team that he won a triple crown with, the team that he won a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP with, are going to be looking to trade him. He said, quote, "I was informed that a team will be seeking a trade immediately and be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue competing for championships. I don't agree with the decision and always believed it was going to begin and end in LA. Still, if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, there are so many things that are out of your control, but it's how you respond to these things that you look back on and remember." Close quote. So, kind of, if you're just looking at the on field production for Cooper Kupp, not that much of a surprise, right? After his Super Bowl winning year, he's really dropped off the last few years. So in 2021, he had 1,947 yards, 16 touchdowns. Next year, he comes back. It's on a similar pace, 75 receptions for 812 yards, but he gets hurt. He misses a lot of the season, and that would begin the downward trajectory of Kupp's career with the Rams. He's missed time over the last few years. In 2023, 59 receptions, 737 yards, and the emergence of Cooper Kupp really kept his numbers down along with those injuries. And then this year, again, injuries, 67 receptions, 710 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So when he plays, he's effective. The problem is he's not on the field enough to demand the salary that he has based on the contract. If he gets traded, and one thing that will complicate trades is he'll have a 20 million cap hit and then like a 19 million cap hit the year after for a receiver who peaked incredibly high and has had a solid career that but doesn't have like the production of that anymore. That is a steep price. He's like a solid number 3 receiver in terms of production right now. That being said, there'll certainly be teams that will be interested in Cooper Kupp's services who want to kind of pie in the sky. I think you can probably get Cooper Kupp for a second, third round pick, maybe even like a couple of late round picks, like a fourth and a sixth at this point, because the Rams are really in like cap hell at the moment, and they're looking to offload this contract for a fairly unproductive player. You're trying to buy low for a player that can be maybe a top end number 3 receiver. If like everything works out right, maybe a number 2 receiver. He's gotten close to 1,000 yards the last couple of seasons. So I think the one that like everybody jumped on was the Titans. This is like a very classic Titans move. Julio Jones, Andre Johnson, right? Randy Moss, uh, Hopkins this last couple of years, aging superstar receivers who are at the end of their rope, end of their career, come to Tennessee, get a last hoorah before fading into obscurity. I could potentially see that being the case. But one I like from an actual, like, this could work out in a positive way and it wouldn't just be kind of going out sad. It would be positive for like everyone involved. What about the Los Angeles Chargers? Trade him to the Chargers. You get a veteran receiver who has been solid in the past, who can help the younger receivers on that team develop into something more. Like if you're not getting the production from Kupp being an all-world receiver anymore, you will still be able to get the production from his knowledge of football. And I think that could be something that the Chargers could really, really benefit from, as they're a very talented team. And they just need, to put it all together with Herbert. Lad McConkey burst onto the scene this year. We'll see if that's a possibility, but it would also work out really well for Cooper Kupp and his family. And it would be the Rams doing right by him by sending him to a team that's in the same city that, has practice facilities in the same area, that plays in the same stadium. His life wouldn't be entirely uprooted. Like if you move all the way to Tennessee, like if New England's also like one where you need, a good receiver coming in. Maybe even the Bengals, who are potentially going to lose, you know, their number 2 receiver in Higgins, and maybe they wanna try to replace Kupp and they can work out a deal with the Rams somehow or, sign him to a new deal if the Rams just have to cut him or whatnot, but those are all, like, giant life changes that maybe Kupp and his family don't wanna go through, and maybe the Rams would be able to help facilitate him going to the Chargers. So, let's keep our eye on the Chargers as the place where I don't know, it just feels right. Do you agree, or am I just, like, completely crazy and out of left field on this one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're a Rams fan, just let me know what Cooper Kupp has meant to you over these years. I know he's been not as great the last 3 years due to injury, but, that 2021 season was, like, the most magical receiver run we've ever seen, like, up there with Larry Fitzgerald's magical playoff receiving runs, but it actually ended in a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP like, Fitz's would if he had won the Super Bowl against the Steelers, but, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments.